Though history is not just written in books, it was forged in fire, blood, and unshakable courage. Across centuries, single moments changed the fate of nations, empires, and even humanity itself. Today, we count down the most defining events in history that took place on September 2nd. From ancient seas where empires clashed, to modern battlefields and revolutionary breakthroughs, each moment is a turning point you'll never forget. Let's begin our journey through time. Over 2 millennia ago, the fate of Rome hung in the balance. 2 fleets clashed in a battle that would birth an empire. Kicking off our list at number 10, we travel back over 2 millennia to September 2nd, 31 BC. Off the coast of Actium, Greece, the mighty naval forces of Octavian faced those of Mark Antony and Cleopatra. This was not just a battle. It was the climax of a bitter Roman civil war. The waters churned as hundreds of ships clashed under the blazing sun. Fire and smoke engulfed galleys while soldiers fought fiercely on deck. Cleopatra's Egyptian fleet tried to break Octavian's line, but Octavian's strategy proved superior. By the end of the day, Octavian had achieved a decisive victory. Mark Antony and Cleopatra fled to Egypt, leaving Octavian unchallenged in Rome. This triumph marked the beginning of his transformation into Emperor Augustus, shaping the Roman Empire for centuries to come. The Battle of Actium wasn't just a military encounter. It was a turning point in history. It symbolized the end of the Roman Republic and the birth of Imperial Rome, leaving a legacy that echoes in history even today. A single spark in a bakery would ignite a fire that changed London forever. Coming in at number 9, we go back to September 2nd, 1666. A small spark in a humble baker's shop on Pudding Lane ignited a fire that would change London forever. The city, with its wooden houses and narrow streets, became a tinderbox waiting for disaster. Flames quickly spread through the tightly packed timber buildings. Fueled by a hot, dry summer, the fire grew into a towering inferno, consuming homes, shops, and warehouses, while thick smoke blotted out the sun. While devastating, the Great Fire of London led to monumental change. The city was rebuilt with wider streets, brick and stone buildings, and new fire safety measures. This catastrophe, though tragic, laid the foundation for the modern London we know today. One man, one fragile biplane, and a 3,000-mile journey that would prove the skies were conquerable. At number 8, we take to the skies. On September 2nd, 1911, Calbraith Perry Rogers embarked on a daring journey. The first transcontinental flight across the United States. His fragile biplane, the Vinfis Flyer, would take him from Long Island, New York to Long Beach, California. The journey was perilous. Rogers faced unpredictable weather, mechanical failures, and treacherous terrain. Each day brought the risk of crashing, yet his determination never wavered. Crowds gathered to watch the little biplane in awe as it passed overhead. Over 49 days, Rogers repaired, restarted, and pressed on, showing the potential of aviation to connect distant parts of the country. This flight captured the imagination of the public, marking a milestone in the age of human flight. Rogers' flight proved that long-distance air travel was possible, laying the groundwork for modern aviation and inspiring countless future aviators. The man who gave the world Middle Earth took his final breath, but his legacy lives on in every corner of fantasy. At number 7, the literary world lost a titan. J.R.R. Tolkien, author of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, passed away on September 2nd, 1973. His works introduced readers to Middle-earth, a world rich with languages, mythology, and unforgettable characters. Tolkien's creations revolutionized fantasy literature. His detailed maps, intricate languages, and epic tales of good versus evil continue to inspire writers, filmmakers, and fans around the globe. Beyond his novels, Tolkien's scholarly work on Anglo-Saxon and medieval literature informed his storytelling, blending academic rigor with imaginative brilliance. Middle-earth became a benchmark for world-building in fiction. History was made in an operating room, the first successful human heart transplant in the UK, a daring leap for medicine. At number 6 on September 2nd, 1968, history was made in the UK. Surgeon Donald Ross performed the first successful human heart transplant at the National Heart Hospital in London, a groundbreaking medical milestone. The surgery was delicate and risky. Every step required precision, teamwork, and immense skill. Though the patient survived only 45 days, the operation opened doors to life-saving techniques and transplant medicine worldwide. The success of this surgery demonstrated that heart transplantation was possible, inspiring doctors and researchers to refine techniques, improve survival rates, and save countless lives in the decades to come. This event marked a turning point in medical history. The courage of both the surgical team and patient symbolized hope, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of advancing human health. A revolutionary leader passed away, but his vision for Vietnam would echo for generations. At number 5 on September 2nd, 1969, Vietnam lost a revolutionary leader, Ho Chi Minh, Prime Minister and President of North Vietnam. He was a guiding force for Vietnamese independence and unity. Ho Chi Minh's leadership shaped Vietnam's struggle against colonial powers and foreign intervention. His vision of a sovereign Vietnam inspired both supporters and opponents alike, leaving a lasting imprint on global politics. Even after his death, his legacy influenced the course of the Vietnam War and the country's political identity. His image became a symbol of national pride and revolutionary spirit. Ho Chi Minh's life reminds us that one individual's dedication to a cause can alter the trajectory of a nation and inspire generations to come. In a single day, the fate of nations shifted. The French Empire fell at Sedan. At number 4, on September 2nd, 1870, the Battle of Sedan took place during the Franco-Prussian War. Prussian and German forces decisively defeated the French army in a battle that shook Europe. Emperor Napoleon III was captured, and the French forces suffered enormous losses. This crushing defeat led directly to the collapse of the Second French Empire. The outcome of Sedan reshaped the European map, paving the way for the unification of Germany and a new balance of power. The battlefield was a grim testament to the realities of 19th century warfare. A machine that would revolutionize the world. IBM unveils the first commercial mainframe. Number 3 marks a technological revolution. On September 2nd, 1964, IBM unveiled the System 360, the first computer family designed for a full range of applications, transforming the computing industry. From small businesses to scientific research, the System/360 standardized computing architecture, making mainframes more accessible and efficient than ever before. The innovation set the stage for decades of technological advancement. Businesses and governments adopted this new system, streamlining operations and revolutionizing data processing globally. A new nation was born on this day. Vietnam declared its independence to the world. Number 2, September 2nd, 1945. Ho Chi Minh declared Vietnam's independence from France, establishing the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. Just hours after Japan's surrender in World War II, thousands gathered in Hanoi streets to witness this historic moment. The red flag with a yellow star symbolized a new dawn for the Vietnamese people. This bold declaration ignited a decades-long struggle for sovereignty and inspired movements for decolonization across Southeast Asia. World War II came to an end. Aboard a battleship in Tokyo Bay, changing history forever. At number 1, arguably the most significant, on September 2nd, 1945, aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay, Japan formally surrendered to the Allied powers, ending World War II. Representatives from Japan and the Allies signed the official documents, marking the close of over 6 years of global conflict that caused unprecedented destruction and loss of life. The ceremony symbolized a new era of fragile global peace. Soldiers and dignitaries watched solemnly as the war's final act unfolded, a moment captured for history. This day is remembered as a turning point in modern history, a moment of reconciliation, reflection, and hope for rebuilding a world scarred by war. From naval battles that birthed empires to the surrender that ended the deadliest war in history, September 2nd echoes as a date that forever reshaped our world. These events remind us that in just a single day, the course of history can be rewritten. Which of these turning points do you think left the greatest mark on humanity? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget, history isn't just the past, it's the story still being written.